Urgent, Commanders fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest Commanders news, and don't forget to turn on notifications, so you don't miss anything. Aaron Rodgers' drama should make Commanders fans all the more grateful. Remember when every veteran quarterback to hit the market was linked to Washington? Free agency started more than a month ago. Yet one player who still has not found a new home is four-time NFL MVP quarterback Aaron Rodgers. It's not by accident either. Rodgers, notorious for his need to be the center of attention, has intentionally dragged out this process while giving the media wishy-washy answers about where, if anywhere, he intends to sign. He is also 41 years old and a shell of his former self. If the NFL collectively decides he's not worth the trouble anymore, it will be perfectly understandable. For Washington Commanders fans observing the Rodgers soap opera from afar, only one takeaway comes to mind: thank everything holy for Jayden Daniels. Just imagine if the Commanders were caught up in this mess. The team surely would have been had it not finally found its long-awaited face of the franchise with the number 2 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. Commanders had their fair share of quarterback drama before drafting Jayden Daniels. For years, if not decades, any veteran quarterback hitting the market would always wind up being linked to the Commanders. On a few occasions, management pounced on the opportunity. The Alex Smith and Carson Wentz experiments did not go as anticipated, though in fairness to Smith, no one could have foreseen his devastating leg injury. Further back, Donovan McNabb was a disaster in Washington. Other major recent quarterback moves around the league, such as those of Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, were naturally grounds for speculation that the Commanders should pursue them during times when the team desperately needed a quality passer. Fortunately, everything worked out well in the end. Adam Peters honed in on Daniels as the dynamic presence capable of spearheading this ambitious project. The early results couldn't have been more encouraging. Rodgers' case is even more frustrating than most for any team negotiating with him. He is, not for the first time, handcuffing his potential suitors. The Pittsburgh Steelers, for instance, must be operating with a contingency plan as the draft approaches based on whether Rodgers is or isn't going to be on their roster this season. Same goes for the Minnesota Vikings, who have seemed intent on moving forward with J.J. McCarthy as their signal caller, but supposedly remain in contact with the future Pro Football Hall of Famer. Rodgers made it a point on the Pat McAfee show to deny that he has been holding anyone hostage, but that sure appears to be exactly what he is doing. It's on brand, although the former first-round pick is reportedly dealing with a serious off-the-field matter. It's unfortunate for all involved in the sweepstakes for his services, but for Washington, it's all the more reason to be grateful that the Commanders' longtime quarterback problem has finally been solved. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest Commanders news to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. TJ Watt trade rumors. All-Pro edge rusher linked to Commanders, the Pittsburgh Steelers and star edge rusher TJ Watt are facing a tense contract situation, with speculation rising amidst his cryptic social media posts. Despite expectations of a contract extension this offseason, reports suggest unforeseen complications and a potential salary increase. Additionally, Watt's frustrations may stem from the ongoing uncertainty surrounding quarterback Aaron Rodgers. These developments have sparked trade rumors, particularly involving the Washington Commanders, who are looking to bolster their defense following a successful playoff run. A trade would enable Watt to compete for a Super Bowl with a more competitive roster. By the numbers, TJ Watt is a 5-time All-Pro edge rusher. The Washington Commanders reached the NFC Championship game last season. State of Play Watt's Instagram post suggests dissatisfaction with his current contract negotiations. Reports indicate his frustrations may also relate to the Aaron Rodgers situation. Trade speculation is growing, with the Commanders emerging as a potential destination. What's next as contract talks continue? Both parties may need to address the growing discontent. If negotiations falter, the Steelers could move toward trading Watt before the season begins, especially to teams like Washington seeking a star edge rusher. The resolution of the quarterback situation could also influence Watt's future with the Steelers. Bottom line, Watt's situation is pivotal for the Steelers as they weigh the implications of keeping their star player versus capitalizing on potential trade opportunities. The combination of contract tensions and team dynamics could reshape the Steelers' defensive lineup as they prepare for the upcoming season. Steelers fans in panic over ongoing Aaron Rodgers trade talks. The Pittsburgh Steelers' pursuit of quarterback Aaron Rodgers has plunged fans into a state of panic. After unsuccessful attempts to acquire players in previous off-seasons, uncertainty looms as Rodgers deals with personal issues, delaying his commitment to any team. Former player Bryant McFadden expressed that this ongoing situation has left the fan base anxious with no clear resolution in sight. Coach Mike Tomlin appears willing to wait for Rodgers' decision, even as the NFL draft approaches, complicating the team's strategic plans. If Rodgers does not join, Mason Rudolph may remain the starter, likely limiting the team's competitiveness in the upcoming season. By the numbers, Rodgers' indecision continues after 67 months of discussion surrounding a potential move to Pittsburgh. With the NFL draft imminent, the Steelers currently lack a definitive plan for the quarterback position. Yes, but despite the panic, the Steelers' future success hinges not solely on signing Rodgers. The team's overall weaknesses must also be addressed for a Super Bowl run. State of play fans are growing restless as off-season moves remain unclear leading up to the NFL draft. Tomlin indicates a patient approach, possibly waiting until training camp for a resolution. What's next? The Steelers must decide soon whether to pursue other quarterback options or continue waiting for Rodgers, as player evaluations take precedence in the lead-up to the draft. Bottom line, the Steelers face an urgent need for a viable quarterback. Solution: whether or not they secure Rodgers will significantly impact their competitiveness, but addressing broader team weaknesses will be equally crucial for success. 1 week until 2025 NFL Draft. Steelers Friday night 5 questions. With just a week until the 2025 NFL Draft, speculation surrounds the Pittsburgh Steelers' first-round pick. Key positions of interest include quarterback, defensive lineman, and running back. The Steelers concluded their pre-draft visits, assessing potential picks, while also resigning offensive lineman Max Sharping and adding quality control coach Luke Smith to their staff. As Aaron Rodgers remains non-committal about his future, the team continues to finalize scouting reports and mock drafts. By the numbers, 134 vote against drafting Shedeur Sanders, with concerns about Sanders' baggage. 125 favoring Troy Fautanu over Broderick Jones for offensive line needs. State of play: the Steelers have completed 30 pre-draft visits and 4 local visits, not counting against their limit. There's a growing consensus among fans that wide receiver is a lower priority compared to other positions. What's next as the draft approaches? Expect the Steelers to continue refining their strategy, potentially leveraging trades from their number 21 pick based on the team's evolving needs. Final mock drafts will continue to evolve throughout the week. Bottom line: with less than a week until the draft, all eyes are on the Steelers to see if they prioritize securing a quarterback or fortifying their defense, reflecting a pivotal moment in their franchise's direction. Steelers rethink QB strategy after Kenny Pickett disappointment. The Pittsburgh Steelers are grappling with the aftermath of their failed investment in Kenny Pickett, the 20th overall pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, as they prepare for the 2025 Draft. Following 2 lackluster years from Pickett, the team has turned to free agent Russell Wilson while considering new quarterbacks like Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Milroe, and Jackson Dart. Insider Jerry Dulac suggests the Steelers are hesitant to select another quarterback in the early rounds, fearing a repeat of their previous miscalculation. This cautious approach might prevent them from pursuing the franchise quarterback they desperately need. By the numbers, Kenny Pickett had a career high of 42 touchdowns in his final college season, 2021. Pickett's completion percentage before 2021 was only 61.6, with a maximum of 13 passing touchdowns per season. Yes, but while the fear of repeating past mistakes is valid, some insiders suggest that the Steelers are still open to drafting a quarterback in the first round, despite the doubts, highlighting a divergence of opinions within the organization. State of play: the Steelers have met with potential quarterback prospects extensively ahead of the draft. There is internal tension regarding whether to draft a QB, with some analysts advocating for a first-round selection. What's next? As the draft approaches, the Steelers' evaluation process will reveal whether they can move past their reservations about Pickett and commit to a forward-looking strategy for acquiring a new franchise quarterback. Bottom line: if the Steelers remain haunted by past decisions, they risk missing another opportunity to secure a cornerstone quarterback, a situation that could prolong their struggle to find a post-Roethlisberger solution. And now, Commanders fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Commanders. I'll be back any moment with more Commanders news. We want Dallas.